I was getting errors because I couldn't configure the Nuxt config TS file.
Okay.
The other
So
thing,
in pages, what you were trying to do? Could you please repeat?
create a folder,
Okay.
call it main,
Main.
and then put in a home page, about page, and all that in there.
Okay. Yeah. So these two pages should go to main.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in layouts, I like to put the main in a shared folder.
Shared folder.
Yeah, the header, the footer, the nav bar, and anything. So
Okay. Let's try to demo what we are trying to do here so that we understand better.
yeah.
So here is our screen and we go to localhost, but this time we have to go to main.
Yeah.
Okay. So main appeared properly. We don't see any problem.
Right. But it doesn't, if you home index, if you remove the main.
Yeah. Then it will break.
Yeah.
It will break. Yeah, because we have moved our files into main folder. So main folder is the location of index.view file now. If you want to have another page at the default, default location, then we have to have a index.view file there as well. So main is a subdirectory and our sub route in our application, and index.view is the default route, like that. So you can do like div and then test, and this should work. So if
Yeah.
we go back to our application and refresh, so
How did that happen?
that I think we have to restart the server.
Ah.
Oh, that's strange.
It didn't work.
We go to main. Then we go to contact. Yeah, contact is working. But again. Well, that's a little bit strange thing. It should not be like this. Oh no, sorry, it's okay. Actually, we have the test page here, and this is the header and footer.
Yeah.
So this is the way you would configure your application. So what are you trying to achieve?
What I do is what I normally have is a folder called main.
Yeah.
Where I put all the main pages like home, about, and things like that, contact and things.
Yeah.
But so how do I configure that so that the landing page would be the home page?
Yeah. So you want to have main here, but you don't want to have the main here, like that.
Yeah.
That's actually technically not possible. I mean,
Okay.
in Nuxt we have to have this folder structure, because it will automatically parse the the content of these folders, and then will render or serve those pages accordingly.
Right.
So you can do one thing. I mean, there's one way you can bypass this behavior of Nuxt, but I am not sure if you would like to do that. I mean, if you ever want to do that. So what I understand from your context is that if you had some pages here, for example, that this index page,
Yeah.
which is showing only test at the moment. So you can have a component like this here, which is the better approach. So you can have a component like this, and you can name it like homepage view,
Right.
homepage view like this. So this page will not have anything else. It will only have this one line of code.
Right.
And what you would do is that you would go to this homepage. In component, you can have a folder like main. And in main, you can have a folder like homepage. Okay.
Yeah.
And there you can create a component like hero.view. Well, actually not that. First, I would like to create one file called index.view. Yeah, that's what I would like to create here. In main, I would like to create a folder called homepage where there will be a file called index. So index will hold all the component of our of this page. So if we have a div like this, then we can say like hero, hero, and then another component like section. Okay.
Yes.
So we are composing this page this way. And then what we would like to do is that in order to not make it too much complicated, and in order to make it a little bit clean look, we will introduce a script tag here. So this should be a script tag where we will not have this because we want to use Composition API. So we can like this setup. This will turn this into a Composition API,
Yeah.
and then we can
import
do like this.
Yeah.
So in normally Nuxt will do is that Nuxt will automatically import our components.
Yeah.
And in that case, the component name will be like this: main homepage view.
Yeah.
Because main is the folder, first folder, then homepage, and at last we have view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And at last we have actually not view, but index like this.
Yeah.
So in index, we have now this. Hero doesn't have any content, so we can give it a little bit of text called hero. And also our folder doesn't have any file called section, so we will have to create that. And in template, we can tell it section. As simple as that.
Okay.
So now let me close all the files so that we are more clear about what we are doing here. So let me close all of them. So in pages, let's forget about this main. We will not. Let's assume that this main is not there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna delete it. Otherwise, these files will will be gone. That's why I'm not deleting it. So index.view is our home page. So what we are doing is that we are creating a folder called main in our components directory, where there will be another folder called homepage, and inside that we will have a file called index.view.
Yeah.
So this is the only line of code that we will include in our index.view file.
Yeah.
Nothing else, because we want to organize it more, more efficient way.
Yes.
That's the reason. So now if we go to components, then let's forget about all other components. Let's only focus on main.
Yeah.
And we have this main folder where we have this homepage folder. Here we have this index.view file. So index.view file will hold all the other components that we have in this page.
Yes.
And we can put all those other components one by one in the same folder, so that we don't have to go back to another folder and do all those stuff. So now if we go there and we refresh this page, we don't see anything. Anonymous is missing template to render function. Resolve main. Okay, so I think as this is called index, this file is called index. My understanding is we don't have to put index here because index is the default file that all the servers and all those things try to grab. So as you can see, we have hero and section here now.
Yeah.
So this is the way you can organize it.
Okay. Understood.
And I think this is the better approach. Now you can have another folder called about in your main folder, and there you can have another file called index.view, like this. And that index.view will hold all the components of about section or about page.
Right. Yeah.
Like
that is much better. That's how I'd like to organize. Yes.
Yeah. But the way you wanted to do that is also possible. And just for your reference, I would like to show you how this is done. Okay. But I have faced a few cases where I had to follow that thing. I mean, maybe my folder structure were different, but I was actually accessing that page using a different URL. But this will not be regular approach. I mean, you don't have to do it in all of your application. So what I will show you that I will try to have this contact.view. I would like to access this contact.view, but I don't want to type main.
Exactly.
Understand? Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna achieve. So I will go to nuxt.config.ts, and there let's minimize the thing. And here we have something called router.
Yes.
Okay. So here we can tell extend routes like this. And this is actually the syntax. So if you say router.push and instead of custom, we'll call it contact. Contact. The name will be contact and path will be /contact. And we want to resolve this file. So dir name, and then we will go to main and then contact.view.
Yes.
So the name of the name of our component, and I think we have a problem with the comma. So let me see what I have done wrong here. Okay, so we are missing one bracket, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we will rerun the dev server one more time. So one thing we can do is that we can omit this name property from here, so that Nuxt will automatically assign a name to this route, because we already have a file called contact, and I don't want to make any conflict like this, conflict or something like that. So here we are telling that our path will be /contact, but I will grab the file from main and then contact.
I understand.
Like yeah. So if I go there now, and then let's try to access the home file, the home page. Took some time.
Yeah.
As you can see, we have the home page with hero and section, and now if we go to contact, we have 404 not found. Well, that shouldn't be the case in our case, because we have specifically told what we want to have. So no match found for location with path contact. This should have worked. Let me actually rerun the server one more time. Maybe I'm missing something. I will figure it out.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay, so let me see the Nuxt documentation really quick. Allow me a few seconds.
Sure.
Well, it seems that this property does not exist anymore in Nuxt 3.
Right.
Yeah, it only it is only available in Nuxt 2. So in Nuxt 3, they have changed the way this is normally done. So we have to find it. The code that I have written, that is perfectly valid for Nuxt 2. Yeah, but here I can see in the documentation that this property is missing in Nuxt 3. So maybe they have used some, some other kind of mechanism to achieve the same result.
That's why I'm having problems with the Nuxt config TS file.
Yeah. Okay, so I found a solution online. So in Nuxt 3, they are suggesting us this instead of what we have written. So let me paste some line of code. We will talk about it. So Nuxt has something called hooks. So you know that life cycle hooks, mounted, then updated, created, this kind of life cycle hooks we have in Vue. So they are built-in hooks, but we can actually create our own hooks. So here we are creating one hook which is called pages :extend. So we are extending our pages.
Yeah.
And then we can actually get rid of this name property as same as earlier. Here we can say that this should be contact path, and here we can say that find this file. So pages, and then main, and then contact.view, like this.
Yeah.
So this resolve is not brought up from here, so we will bring resolve from here. Now let's see what happens. Resolve is not a function. Okay, so actually we have to bring this resolve from path. So this is a node module, and we will bring resolve from here, as you can see.
Right.
And then in order to use tire name in our config, we have to use this. So create common.js, and in order to use that, we have to import another line of code. So this is actually quite, bloaty. So it has a lot of things which shouldn't be like this. I mean, the Nuxt team, what I read in online, that Nuxt team will provide us better way to achieve this, but for the moment, this is the way it should be done. So what we are doing here, we are actually importing resolve from path, and problem is that this dir name is a common.js module, and in Nuxt we cannot use a common.js module. We have to use this import statement.
Yeah.
So we cannot use import statement in order to bring dir name in our project. So we are bringing something called create common.js from Mili, which is a third-party package, and then we are able to import dir name using that syntax. So now this dir name is a valid variable here. You understand?
Yeah.
And we are using this resolve from here. So now it will find that proper file in our directory. Now if we go to our, as you can see, that contact page has arrived /contact.
Well done.
Yeah, so this is how you will. Now if you need another one, then you will just duplicate this. And then you can duplicate this again. So you can do like this. So this is one workaround that you can achieve the same thing that we were discussing. But my suggestion will be that in this case, you do not create a main folder in the pages. Instead, you organize your component like this, the way we have been doing it so far.
Understood. Okay. Next.
Normally this is what I mean. If you want to do this, then why you will do this is that maybe there are 3 separate routes in your pages directory. Sometimes you would want to serve the same file for different routes. So maybe you have this contact.view, but user should be able to use should be able to access this file from /user/contact.view /contact /product/contact something else, then contact. So for all of these routes, you want to have the same contact file. In those cases, you will only use this. Perfect.
Next. Tailwind.
Let's install Tailwind in our project. So for that, it will be a good idea to go to Tailwind documentation first. So we will search. In my experience, what I have seen that in Nuxt 3, the Tailwind module works better than configuring Tailwind manually. So what I will search is that Tailwind Nuxt, like that, and we have the first link, which is from Nuxt.js, not from Tailwind, but from Nuxt.js and a subdomain of Tailwind CSS.
If you type Flowbite. In a new browser. Tailwind. BIT, the first one.
So you want to use this package? Okay.
I have used it in Nuxt too.
Okay. So we click on Flowbite view. This is the
If you
Flowbite.
go get started, docs, right? Installation. There's installation there. Yeah.
It's that. Yeah.
Because you need to add the plugin. So if you show me how you would do it.
Yeah. So the very first thing I have to do is to install Tailwind in our project.
Yeah.
So we have come to this page, which is Nuxt Tailwind, and we will go to the installation process.
Yeah.
This module is for Nuxt 3, as we can see. So it should be easy to set up. We just have to install this dependency as a dev dependency. So we will create another tab and then put this command. Then we have to use it as a module. So we will do like this.
That's what I was struggling. Yeah.
Yeah. So here, after hooks, let's create something called modules. This should be an array.
Yeah.
Like this. Okay. Then we go back to our and we type this npx tailwind css init. This will create two files in our project. One is tailwind config.js. I think that's the only file. So tailwind config.js.
If you do that with init with dash p, it will install the other file
Post
as well.
CSS as well. Yeah, but I don't need that for this project. Yeah. So what we will do is that we will create this file.
Assets folder. Yeah.
Yeah. This is actually optional. I mean, it's not completely required. If you want to put, more styles there, your custom styles, then this file is required. If you want to only use Tailwind CSS styles, then this is not required. Like that, because they have in the module this file already, and they will import the CSS from there.
Okay.
But for in our case, we will actually generate this file.
Yeah.
So create this file so that we are aligned properly. So we will have a folder called assets, and then a folder called CSS, where we will create a new file called tailwind.css, like this. And then we have to have a few directives that we know in the Tailwind file. We always need that. So those directives are like add Tailwind, and then page, components, and last one is utilities, like this. Yeah. So we will go to Tailwind config.js, and this is empty at the moment, but we have to populate it with some content, otherwise it will not work properly. So we go below and we don't see anything so far, but we will do it. And for TypeScript support, they are actually suggesting to configure the file like this. So in Tailwind config, what they are telling us is that please bring this module and then write it like this. So instead of this, we will write this, and we are gonna need actually these things. So I haven't deleted it. We will paste here. Now we can delete this part, like this. It's showing some errors for some reason. I think I missed something. Okay, so this line is not needed anymore. And still we have a few errors. Why is that happening? Okay, let's forget about TypeScript. I'm not sure what's wrong here, so we will revert back our changes like before. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will go to module options now, and here the thing that we would like to, we will go to config. Actually, we will go to config, and this is the thing that I wanted to bring
Yeah.
in our project. So we will bring this in the content array like this. So it finds the CSS files. Yeah, that would be all for now. So let's see whether we are able to run Tailwind, use Tailwind
Yes.
in our project or not. So we will actually get rid of the extra one, and then we'll run yarn tail. So far looks good. Let's go to our contact pages or our index.view pages. This has components here, home page, no, not in home page, but main, home page, and hero. So let's style it, plus, and then text 5XL, and then font bold, and then text red 400, like this. So we'll go back to our home page.
Yeah.
And as we can see that the Tailwind is working.
Yeah.
Now, if we want to use Flowbite, then it's telling us to install Flowbite first.
Yeah.
So we will go back and then open a new terminal where we say yarn add and then Flowbite, like this. Okay, we are good to go. Now, what we have to do is that in the plugins,
Yeah.
of Tailwind CSS, we have to add this plugin. So here we will do like this. Okay, and then we have to have a script where we will include the main JavaScript file to make interactive elements work.
That's I think that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, so we will use this in Tailwind config, but there's something else we have to do, and that it seems that this is not the way we should do it, because here it's telling port to Flowbite and then Flowbite.js. So I will not be able to reach that port using a script tag in my in my project. So what I would like to do is that I would like to grab that file and bring it in the public directory of my project. You understand?
Yeah.
So what I will do is that I will go to our node modules folder now and find Flowbite here. C, D, E, F. Okay. So Flowbite, they're dist, and then the file name was flowbite.js. This is the flowbite.js. So I will copy this file from here. Then close the node modules, and then this is our public folder, as you see.
Yeah.
Here we have a JS folder, and there I will paste it. So flowbite.js.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we will include it in our project in Nuxt config.js. So we have app head, there we have added scripts. So just before main.js, we will create another one, and here we will say that go to JS folder and find flowbite.js.
Yes.
Save. I think we are in a good shape at the moment, and now we have to test it.
So if you on the left hand side to test, if you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So So we can go to like alerts, maybe.
There is a below that.
Yeah.
Not buttons. Cards. Card.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's bring some cards. So it should look like this,
Yes.
as it's telling
if
us.
you get one with the image, because I had
Image.
problems. Yeah. Scroll down. Yeah. There.
This one. Okay. No problem. So we'll copy it. And then in the hero, why is it so long? I think that node modules folder is still open. Okay, so it's gone now. Now we'll go to components, main, homepage, hero. So we will get rid of this div. We'll put another div and then we'll paste this code.
Yeah.
Here. Okay, so this image has not been found. It's telling us that's not a problem. So we will go back to our project, and here we have our card.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we will now point to a real image. So in public images, we have like cat1.jpg. So we can tell it like images and then cat1.jpg. If we do that, we don't have docs here. We have only images cat1. And now if we go back and then refresh, we still don't have the image. So let me have a look at it, why we don't have that image. Okay, I see there's no image element here. Why is that? Because in image we have round T and then this that. This image should appear fine here. Oh, sorry, I have img, not image. So img here.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Yes.
Worked. So do you want to